but let's rip the Band-Aid off. We got our first in-season IL stint announced today, and that's Eloy Jimenez going to the 10-day IL with a low-grade left hamstring strain. What was your reaction hearing this news?
My reaction was, here we go. This is the one thing I wrote about and talked about in my preseason article, kind of breaking down the team. And a lot of people, some on this show, scoffed at my piece, but the health concerns relating to the big three prospects that I've coined: Luis Robert Jr., Yoan Moncada, and Eloy Jimenez. And here we are now, 5 games into the season. As you alluded to, we've already got that first IL stint for Eloy. Going to be out 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, not even a week in, Steve. That's the kind of what, chaps my ass a little bit about it. Because I was, it was like a rarity, and it felt like actually good to have the whole, core, I guess, together, and everyday position players. I know there are some pitchers on the fringe, with William Hendrick's situation, Garrett Crochet, Matt Foster, all of those guys were kind of, everything was on the pitching side though, right? So coming in with all of your everyday position core players, all the bats in the lineup, wanted to see what they could do all together. So now we're going to get like another one of these like charts where we got to break it down and have the blocks, right, filled in on the Excel spreadsheet of, okay, well, this is the one that Eloy missed, and who's going to be next, and on it goes. That's so White Sox. That's the way I view it. And like you said, here we go again with this. And Steve, when I first saw that, and I saw it, it was retroactive to Tuesday, so the 4th of April, and I was timing out like a 10-day IL stint for that. And I was like, okay, well, Eloy could potentially return for that Orioles series, right, on April 14th. Friday, April 14th was when that starts. And I was like, that's not too bad if you miss the rest of this, the Pirates series. It's not ideal, but could be worse. Oh yeah, guess what? It got worse because they said 2 to 3 weeks, like you mentioned there. So now we're looking at like closer to the end of the month, and possibly when they're hitting a road trip to like Tampa in Canada. That chaps my ass.
Yeah, it's certainly not ideal. Not what you wanted to see, especially because there were so many people that were feeling good about where Eloy was at, even though the power had manifested itself here to this point through the first 5 games of the season. I think the one good thing about this, or I guess the best case scenario, is that they do have suitable, capable, major league ready replacements in Gavin Sheets, and then recalling Jake Berger from AAA Charlotte. And this is one of the things I saw people talking about towards the end of spring training, especially when Rhys Hoskins went down with the Phillies. Some people within the fan base trying to kind of lighten the load a little bit and declutter some of the first base corner DH guys, saying that one of those players should be moved to the Phillies. And my thought was, no, we know Eloy's going to get hurt at some point. He's going to go down. Yaz coming off of his injury issues a year ago. Andrew Vaughn hasn't had a clean bill of health either, especially with the back injuries in spring training here. So why would you go and deplete an area where you have capable major league ready replacements that can come in and actually do the job that we've seen do the job?
Right. Yeah. I think that's an important note to bring up there on our guys' Sox side. Mike jumps in the comments is good thing they have better DH options than they would realistic, lefty field options, right field options, whatever. There, I agree. Kind of hints at Steve's point there. So